So continuing here, so going to the airline industry now, obviously the airline industry has been battered with the pandemic here. Traveling has gone down significantly. People are afraid to travel. So how do you encourage them to travel, or go online, purchase ticket, and travel again, whether it's domestically or in abroad. And according to European airlines here, they're cutting fares to woo back passengers. Now, obviously, cutting fares is a good strategy, but is it an effective strategy if you look at it? So let's take a closer look here. So we can see here that obviously the study finds that prices on some European routes are down by a third as airlines try to convince travelers to fly again. Now, will you be enticed to travel again if the fares have been cut by a third? Actually, based on my opinion, would I be traveling during this particular period? Even if they were to reduce the fare by half, or even two-thirds of the fare is cut off, where are we supposed to go, right? Because no matter how cheap the fare is, where can we go here? From our country, a point of destination, to going to another country or any city or any province here. How safe is it to travel again? Unless the airlines can guarantee that wherever we're supposed to be going, that it's safe to travel again. And you have to take into account the quarantine period, especially if you're going to a particular region wherein you're required to be quarantined. So you'll be wasting your time there for 2 weeks, staying indoors rather than traveling or visiting other places, right? And that's the major issue here if you think about it. So what can the airlines do here? So is it just all about the prices here? Not necessarily. Obviously, they have to look at other factors as well. Maybe they need to work together with government agencies, different governments, different institutions, to see which route is viable for people to travel again. And if they're able to do that, I think they can convince some of them, not majority, some people who would like to travel, maybe in just short distances, right? I think they could start with the domestic market first before venturing to the international markets here. And with the coronavirus putting that travel on, technically, on hold, so they trying to reduce fares to attract passengers, but is it enough? And according to the Eurocontrol, traffic has been slowing over the past couple of weeks by as much as 54%. So half of the percentage compared to last year is significantly down. Sorry, and Eurocontrol is even more pessimistic about the recovery of the sector, which is understandable if you think about it. If you look at the numbers here, in the spring, it had expected the traffic to be 30% below 2019 levels. In October, it has now dropped by 57%. So, it's not changing anytime soon. With the news of the vaccine coming as early next year. So for the rest of the year, how can you expect people to travel? How will you convince them, actually, with the issue of movie theaters opening, so you don't have to travel across countries and so forth? People are still apprehensive going to the movie theaters in confined spaces, fear of contracting the virus and so forth. So it's a big daunting task for those airline companies. So how can they do that? Maybe they could not just slash the fares, but as well as encourage them, if you pay for economy fare, you will be upgraded to, let's say, business or first class accommodations. But again, how safe is it to travel? And where are we supposed to go? Right? If you're here in the Philippines, you want to go to the United States, where in the United States is safe to travel? Or is it in Canada, Japan, China, or any other countries? Where can people go? That's the main problem here.